hello everyone. Thank you. Oh, I love to see everybody joining in. Hello, hello. Yes, can you believe another Wednesday, June 1st? And yes, it is Marilyn Monroe's birthday. I absolutely adore her. So let's see. She was born 1926. So, oh, what does that make her? She would be 96 this year. Oh boy. Can you imagine? She died at 36, unfortunately. But yes, Marilyn Monroe's birthday and my sister's birthday, my eldest sister's birthday. Dare I reveal her age, but she's older than I am. That's all I'll say. But yes, it's her birthday, so happy birthday, Deb. She watches Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour and all of our presentations. I don't know that she has Instagram, but then she watches on YouTube. So yes, I always store these on the Janome HQ YouTube channel as well. So if you don't have Instagram, or we're doing Janome Canada Facebook Lives, with I'm doing with So for Home with Liz Johnson, the third Thursday of every month on the Janome Canada Facebook page. And then Celine has now, our fabulous Celine from Montreal, has been doing French presentations on the fabulous new CM17 at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Janome Canada Facebook page every Friday. She just started last week. So if you don't have Facebook, don't worry, then those videos are all going to be on the Janome HQ YouTube channel as well. So even if you don't have Instagram and Facebook, you can still share in the Janome love, so long as you have YouTube. Lovely. Oh, Sandra says, let there be light. Yes, there definitely needs to be light this way, but we're certainly not going to stay focused on me. We're going to focus. Yes, it's time for another Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. And yes, my name is Michael Smith, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm back at the, I'm Janome's, National Consumer Education Manager, for those who don't know. And then, yes, I'm back in my classroom at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. Oh, Sylvia, perfect timing for another, Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. Now, what will it be? Well, first, to keep you in suspense even longer, I have to share this adorable picture. Look at that, with that beautiful sewing machine fabric. Isn't that adorable? And this photo was on our Janome HQ. We were tagged, Janome HQ was tagged in that beautiful post. It is from STEM Cookie, and who wrote, I made my own piping. I also fitted an invisible zip. Still need to practice at it. Enjoyed using my new concealed zipper foot and piping foot for the first time to make that beautiful pillow, and couldn't have done it without Michael Smith from at Janome HQ. I love watching his videos. When I was deciding which sewing machine to buy, I was poorly with COVID and in bed, and I binge watched Michael's videos on Janome HQ YouTube channel. The A to Z with Janome playlist is an excellent resource. So thank you very much, the STEM Cookie, for that fabulous shout out. It was so sweet. And again, this is exactly why I love doing what I do, to try to share the Janome love. So if you're doing such projects, regardless of what they are, please tag us at Janome HQ or at Janome Canada. We love to see what everybody is doing, and I thought that was so sweet. Again, if you're sick in bed, a great time to binge watch on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. So yes, Magical Machine Mystery Tour. And what is the machine today? Ooh, there, a lot. Oh, Cynthia's Leia, perfect timing. A lot of our Janome machines come with hard cover. This is hard plastic or semi-hard cover, dust cover of some kind. And, that is a great thing to use to keep your machine nice and clean. Again, dust cover, but then when you're traveling as well, there's room for the handle up here at the top. So then you can travel with your machine as well. You'll see it's a nice compact machine. So even if you have that giant, brand new, beautiful Continental M17 and you're looking for a machine to take to classes because you don't want to take that giant machine, how about you have the fabulous, beautiful Janome 3160 QOV-C. So the 3160 is one of our QDC machines. That stands for Quilting couture and decor. So if you're quilting, oh, that glare on that screen. If you're quilting or garment sewing or home decor, that, oh, Grandma Craw, hello. Home decor, that yes, the QDC range of machines covers it all. A lot of people say yes, they will choose 3160, for example, as a classroom machine, take it up to the cottage, travel with it, because it's more compact, lighter weight. They have so many stitches, in this case, 3160, you can imagine, yes, has 60 stitches, so lots of variety. It does basically everything it needs to. But, you know, a number of people also say, well, it's my only machine. I don't feel I need another machine. This does it all. So much quilting, garment sewing, or home decor, crafts. Now, I did talk about this briefly a while ago on Magical Machine Mystery Tour, but why specifically I'm bringing it up today? It's a fabulous machine, of course, but you know, this is going to be one of our classroom machines in the Quilt Canada out in Vancouver. The show is June 16th to the 19th, right downtown at the Vancouver Convention Center. So, or to the 18th, the 16th to the 18th. We're flying home on the 19th. So don't come to the Convention Center on the 19th. But yes, this is one of the machines that we chose for our to be in the classrooms. So this is a great time at Quilt Canada that you can get one of these machines at a great deal. And you can certainly see it in actions if you're not taking any of the classes, but you could also go by the Quilts of Valour booth and you'll see this machine in there too. So the 3160 QOV is Quilts of Valour-C, that it is very proudly Canadian. We do have this model in America as well, so there's no C, but then it's got different graphics. We, of course, have the beautiful accent of red. Isn't that great? Red and white. And you get this beautiful commemorative Janome Quilts of Valour pin with the machine, so that is adorable. Now, in addition to, so we'll quickly see all this. Now, even the box, isn't the box beautiful? So much included here. So you'll see, oh yes, 5 included accessories and 11 sewing essentials, user-friendly interface. You'll find lots of information just on the box alone. So isn't that beautiful? More information there, more information here. Now it's also in English, French, and Spanish. So isn't that cool? So pretty much anybody can use this machine. And isn't this cool? All the stitches are right here as well. So I thought that was very cool. So let me remove that box. So much to display, as always. So, oh yes, what does the machine come with? Well, of course, it comes with instructions. And again, there's an instruction book in English, an instruction book in French, and an instruction book in Spanish. So many people can use this in their native language. Now here, yes, very proudly, Canadian Quilts of Valour, Canadian Society. So you'll find this write-up all about Quilts of Valour, and a link to their website here if you would like to contribute. Now, it's really wonderful of then the quilters, you know, being such generous people, I think, by nature. You know, many of us love to make quilts and give them away. So Quilts of Valour started all about to gift the quilts to our servicemen and women as a special thank you, to say thank you for your service for protecting our fabulous country. So that is included. And then even your warranty, very important. Now, many people say, I can't find your phone number. Well, here, there is a 1-800 number for the U.S., and here is our Canada phone number here as well in your warranty. So if you're looking for Janome Canada's main phone number, it's in your warranty, and hopefully you're going to go on our website and register your machine when you purchase. So that's included. And then, of course, I always love to show right off the top, this is your little foot pedal that comes included. Perfectly fine. I love demoing it on the so comfortable non-slip foot pedal pad. because you will see, oh, that foot pedal, even at an angle, that foot pedal is not going anywhere. This non-slip foot pedal pad does not come with your machine, but it's a great accessory for regardless of what foot pedal you have, because again, you'll see it's holding it there, so you never have to go chase that foot pedal around. If you follow our Janome Life blog, you will see our fabulous Ann Stitcher wrote a post all about the so comfortable non-slip foot pedal pad that you don't have to chase your presser foot around. Now, even with the non-slip foot pedal pad, you can use this big, extra large white foot pedal that comes with a number of the kind of higher end machines, but this is also an optional accessory that will work with your fabulous Janome Quilts of Valour Canadian edition, and with most of our QDC machines you can get that big extra large white foot pedal as an additional accessory that will work with those machines. So that is a great again additional accessory if you would like a larger foot pedal. Oh, Shane is here. Hello. It's great to see you. Now, speaking of accessories, and then we're going to jump to the machine, I promise, but I just have to get this all out of the way to make some room on my table. But when we talk about, oh, that beautiful accent of red and white and show our Canadian pride, how about you get your fabulous Janome Pin Pal, magnetic pin pal here, and I always store my mini duckling scissors on it, but you could use it with pins. Or how about some extra 25 beautiful red bobbins, because our Quilts of Valour machine 3160 QOV-C comes with 3 beautiful red bobbins. And actually, this is the machine. This debuted, was it last June? I think it was even the June before last. During COVID is when this machine launched, so we couldn't go out to any of the dealer stores to really promote it the way we normally would. We certainly did our best online, but yes, when people saw these beautiful red bobbins, they said, hey, can I get more of those? So it was because of this machine that came with these 3 red bobbins that we eventually got this beautiful pack of 25 red bobbins. You can never have enough bobbins. Also, beautiful accessory. Our red Janome handled scissors. Again, you could get these as well from your Janome dealer, all of these accessories, so double check with your dealer there. And how about, even a red arrow chair to match? So who doesn't want to coordinate in their sewing room? Now, arrow chairs you will also see at our Quilt Canada booth. So definitely stop by and say hi. And certainly you can have a test drive of all of these beautiful machines and more. We're going to have so much available. Joan says she loves that magnetic pincushion. Oh, me too, Joan. Again, all the tools, your screwdriver, your seam ripper, everything. So, also what's included in this machine, this beautiful, whoops, you can tell I'm here alone, and that glare. This beautiful extra large extension table. So yes, we have a nice big bed here on the machine, but when we remove our little accessory tray here, then we have some built-in storage. Like our automatic buttonhole foot is here. So when you get your machine, it's important to make sure that you find everything in it. Don't throw away anything until you make sure you've got all of your accessories. You'll find the list in your instruction manual, and make sure you investigate things like this little accessory compartment, because maybe there's a foot hiding in there. And that goes true of all machines. Double check everything. So we simply remove that little accessory tray, and here, this extension table, this is one of the ones we all love. It's got these easy snap up feet, and then even these are adjustable as well. So then when you put it up next to your machine, if you need to adjust it, as I would here, because half of my table is on this mat, the other half of my table is not. So instead of trying to prop it up with something else, I could simply just adjust that little foot and it'll make it nice and level. So that's a big plus. Very simple and easy to do. Now, yes, when we talk about all the things that come with your beautiful machine, again, like that buttonhole foot, this is our regular A foot, our zigzag foot. And then, oh yes, we've got things like the C foot, which is the over edge or overcast foot that you can finish off your seams. So you can do it in two ways. You can do your regular seam and then you overcast it. Here I did both seam allowances together, overcasting both. Or, you don't even have to do that seam. You can use the fabulous, in this case, I used, what did I use? I used number 11. This is your overcast stitch. So I use number 11, and the machine and the manual tell you which foot to use. In this case, it's that C foot. And then there, look at that very strong seam. So I didn't even need to sew a seam first and then finish the edge. You can do both at the same time using, again, at number 11, or number 12 has got even more little zigzags on the edge. That's great to use for ravelly fabrics. Now, again, you can find out more about all of these feet in that A to Z with Janome series on the IGTV, on the Janome HQ Instagram page, or on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. The E foot is the zipper foot. So then, yes, I've demoed that on the A to Z with Janome series. Again, with that zipper foot, you can adjust it to the left or to the right, so you can get right up close to your zipper tape there and still allow the zipper tape to go through in that beautiful top stitching. So that's your E foot. The F foot is your satin stitch foot that has the little groove on the bottom side. So you'll use this foot for, all these beautiful satin stitches here, and then all of these decorative stitches. And again, the machine will tell you on that LCD screen. So here you'll use that F foot for all these beautiful satin stitches, decorative stitches, applique stitches. Now, as a quilter, specifically because one reason why we chose this machine to be in one of the classrooms at Quilt Canada is, again, it's a quilter's dream that we have some applique stitches built in. So with regular straight stitches, of course, we've got zigzag. We do have our blind hem, for example, for garments, but we do have some applique stitches here, 17, 18, and 19. Now, if you may wonder what M is middle needle position, L is left, and R is right. And again, many Janome machines come included with these stitches. So here is the middle needle position, that was the left, and that is the right. So you have some applique stitches built in to this machine. So again, great if you were a quilter, then we like doing some applique. Now, here is our blind hem. You barely see, even with red thread. Typically, for your blind hem, you match your thread color with your fabric, and you'll never see it. But on the back side, you can see my red stitching there. Now, the blind hem I have demoed so many times on Magical Machine Mystery Tour and the A to Z with Janome series. And in this machine, it is done with the G foot, is one of my favorites, not only for the blind hem, but I also use it for edge stitching or top stitching by moving the needle over, so long as it's on the other side of that center guide. So again, go back to review the G episode in the A to Z with Janome series, either on Instagram or YouTube, to see that foot in action. So then, yes, this is our regular ankle, our foot holder that comes included on the machine, but you'll notice, I have another foot on. So that's our basic feet that come with the machine. I mentioned, again, our cute little Quilts of Valour pin. We've got our organ needles, and Organ makes Janome needles, so if you can't find Janome needles at your dealer, they can certainly order them for you, or, again, look for organ needles, and they will work equally well in your Janome machine. And, of course, we've got things like our big spool cap, and I've got the smaller spool cap on right now with our mini king cone. Look at that gorgeous red Madeira thread. So again, something else you can get from your Janome dealer. And then this little multi-tool is your little screwdriver. Some of the machines come with the white screwdriver. This one is the little multi-tool that you will remove the screw here of your foot holder and as well your needle plate. When you need to go down and clean your bobbin area, then you can use this tool and it gets in there to the little, tight spaces there. So that's included, and of course your seam ripper and your little brush to clean out your bobbin area. Now this is a multifaceted tool that we've got the pin here. This is the base, so they go like that, and it's going to go up at the very top of the machine is a little square hole there. So this is for your auxiliary spool pin. So when you want to wind a bobbin but you don't want to take out your needle thread, you can put another spool of thread here and wind your bobbin. And they even have, that little felt pad to go on that will just help your spool from not spinning around. So that's your extra spool pin there. If you're doing twin needles, then again, you'll use both cones of thread there. I demonstrated using a twin needle actually on the 6700p episode of the Magical Machine Mystery Tour. And of course, go to review Celine's Facebook Lives, which are also on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. She's also talked about twin needle sewing. So that is for your extra spool pin there. Again, our beautiful 60 stitches and bonuses. So we talked about the regular feet that will come with your machine, but included is the bonus of your fabulous quilting attachment kit. Now this, again, as a quilter's machine, this is amazing that you get everything else you may need, like your 1/4 inch foot with a guide. This is your open toe satin stitch foot there, so you've got better visibility. There's no bar across. Speaking of bar, your quilting guide bar that will snap into your even feed foot, and then this cloth guide I've also shown many times on the Instagram lives. I absolutely love that adjustable cloth guide. And then this is our PDH darning foot, or then this is the foot I have on the machine for doing some free motion quilting. So this quilting attachment kit is available separately, but again comes with your fabulous 3160 QOV-C machine. So if you're looking to get into quilting, again, this is like sort of all in one. So here is that 1/4 inch foot with the guide. So we've got our perfect 1/4 inch piecing. And then you can do your quilting free motion with this PDH darning foot. Again, which I also demoed in the A to Z with Janome series, and I am going to do a little quilting here. And then when you're all done, your quilts, then again, you can bind it with this even feed foot. And you will see that it's got the upper set of feed dogs, basically, that it's going to help you feed your thicker layers through the machine very easily. And this adjustable quilting guide bar, you decide if you want to do some echo quilting, cross-hatch quilting, you decide where you position this bar so you've got even quilting. So simple. When you're doing any of your either quilting or even regular sewing, this cloth guide, again, is so simple that it just screws onto the needle plate here, and then you will have this cloth guide to adjust very simply. So again, for any kind of sewing you do, it'll just screw into the needle plate there. Any kind of sewing you want to do. And then, yes, again, our open toe satin stitch foot there. So it still has the little groove, but then again, there's no bar in the front there. So, so much included with this machine. So yes, as I mentioned about quilting, so simple that we can just drop our feed dogs. There's a little lever in the back to drop our feed dogs. So then already, boom, I'm set at straight stitch. I'm ready to do my free motion quilting. You don't have to do a lot of adjustments, to do any of this. Now, speaking of adjustments, though, we've got a stop-start button. We've got a reverse button. This is for our thread tension to adjust. We can even adjust our presser foot pressure with that dial there. And if we have any, thicker layers, we can lighten that presser foot pressure to make it easier to go through the machine. This indicator will tell us what stitch we're using and even what presser foot we should use. This is stitch width and stitch length, and it's very easy to make any of our selections here that we can just adjust the cursor When it's over this first number here, I can go up by tens, or when the cursor's under both numbers, I can go up by ones. And then if I want to adjust a stitch width, move the cursor over here and we can reduce it, or in this case, we can only go up to 7 millimeters. It's a 7 millimeter wide needle plate, so 7 millimeter wide machine and low shank. To determine shank, again, we simply measure up to that little screw, and in this case, it's about 1/2 of an inch, so that's a low shank. If you measure when your presser foot is down up to that screw, and it's about 1 inch to 1.25 inches, that means it's high shank. So this machine, your Quilts of Valour 3160 Canadian machine, is the 7 millimeter wide needle plate and low shank. So that's for our width, and then to adjust the length here, again, move the cursor button over, and then we can adjust our length here. When you can't do any more, the machine will chime at you and say, hey, you can't do that. So again, I love the machine that actually does some thinking for us. So in this case, when I select a stitch, again, it's telling us with this stitch number 24, which is one of these beautiful satin stitches, decorative stitches, the machine is telling us use that F foot, that satin stitch foot that has the groove underneath to let those stitches form. So simple to do. Speed control. Now this would be another great machine to get if someone's getting into sewing, but they're not quite sure, how they're going to love it, or they're very intimidated by those bigger, more fancy machines. Again, your QD-C machines in general, but especially this beautiful Quilts of Valour Canadian edition here. Great machine for a beginner, certainly less intimidating. And a lot of people like having the control over the speed of the machine, especially if you're new to sewing. You could turn it down, or you're doing some applique, you can turn down the speed, so then you don't have to worry about it sort of getting out of control. I'm about to do some free motion, and this is at times when people turn down their speed control, but you'll see where you can adjust it to get the best results. So in this case, I'm just going to go back to my 00, which is my regular straight stitch. And again, by moving my cursor under that first number, we can conveniently go down, very quickly go down by ones, and then I'll scroll over so we can go down there. So I'm at 00, regular stitch length, and again, stitch length I could adjust, but now because I've dropped my feed dogs, I'm the stitch regulator. That's the joy of free motion. And it can be very fun and very freeing. You just have to do your little test samples. Now, I did this test sample earlier, and you'll see, oh, those stitches don't look too bad. Those are getting a little big. Those are way too big. These are getting a little too small. So there's definitely, we call it that mind muscle memory, or hitting that sweet spot of adjusting your fabric under your foot and timing it like with the speed of the machine. So they work hand in hand, literally. Now, one big rule of your free motion quilting here, once you get your fabric under the foot, because the feed dogs are dropped, again, I have nothing really obstructing my fabric. It's very easy to forget. You have to drop your presser foot. Now, because this is the PDH darning foot, it actually hops up and down. So it's very, like it sort of glides over the fabric. So it's very easy to forget to drop your foot. And if you get results like that, you'll wonder, oh gosh, what did I do? You forgot to drop your presser foot. So I did this actually on purpose, I swear. I did this on purpose because this happens whenever people are doing free motion classes. You kind of forget. So again, drop your presser foot, breathe, and then you can work on your results there. So as usual, time is racing. Again, I love to demo all these machines because they're just so fun. The creativity is endless. So here I have my little quilt sandwich. My feed dogs are dropped. Again, we do that at the back of the machine. And then now I drop my presser foot. But I can still move my fabric under the machine. So that's where it gets a little deceptive. Now your threads, I love to hang up on the side thread cutter, side thread holder. Back here, again, Celine is often talking about that as well. And oh, I almost forgot to mention, this machine has a needle threader. So yes, so many fabulous features to this machine. Ooh, there, to reduce that glare. So again, a built-in needle threader, so isn't that wonderful? So when I do free motion quilting, I like to use the needle up, needle down to raise up that bobbin thread. There we go, and again, under your foot, and then you can hang them up on your side thread holder here. You don't have to hold on to them. Now this is where, when you get into sewing, you could use the foot control, or in this case, I am going to try to do start and stop. I don't normally, but you'll see the foot. Ooh, this is where I will slow it down just so you can see. The foot is hopping up and down. Now it's up to you to move the fabric at a good speed to kind of match the speed of the machine. So in this case, I've turned that slider down, so I do need to move my fabric a little slower. If I go too slow, that's when I get those really tiny stitches. Conversely, if my machine is turned down slow and I start moving my fabric, oh, this is where we can get into trouble of breaking the needle, because that needle flex is moving with the fabric pushing against that needle. So you'll see here, and let me just stop, convenient thread cutter. We love that. So you'll see even by my little sample here of, as my speed was slower and I was starting to move my hands faster, so my stitches definitely get bigger, and then in some cases, ooh, they can get really big. So you need to usually increase the speed of your machine, but slow your hands down. And if you find, again, you're starting to break needles, you're probably flexing, you're probably pulling that fabric against the needle, and the needle is breaking under that pressure. So in this case, I'm going to turn up the speed of the machine, and then this is, for me, this is a more comfortable where I can start moving my hands, not too fast, not too slow, kind of just right. And it's great, just cut up a bunch of these little squares. I know nobody wants to waste fabric, but you have to cut up these squares to do your practice samples. And it really gets quite cool. And then afterward, don't waste anything. This becomes like a mug rug, or this becomes like a dog bed, so you're not throwing anything away. So you can see how my stitches were a little shorter to begin with, but then here, those look pretty good. Now, personally, I like actually slightly bigger stitches. I really like to see that dimension in the quilting. So for me, this is good. If you want your stitches a little smaller, then okay, you can either slow down your hands and then maybe also, slow down your machine as well. You don't want to go too slow, because that's when you start. If your machine is too slow, you know, instantly you start pulling as I am here, and then it's like, oh boy, look at those big toenail catchers. So then, yes, nobody wants that. Now, if you're basting, okay, no problem, but to do free motion quilting, no, that's way too big. So you definitely need to turn up the speed of your machine and just relax and have fun, and it makes it very quick and easy way to finish your quilting. Again, you can piece and quilt and bind all with your fabulous Janome 3160 QOV-C. Now, sometimes for free motion, are so comfortable. These are the Janome palm pads, which are so cool. So sometimes for free motion quilting, people like to use gloves, or they use their little palm grips like this. We actually have others, big wheels. They look like steering wheels to me. And they're all in the Janome So Comfortable line. So you can see, oh yes, I actually like wearing gloves when I do free motion quilting, or especially with these quilting paddles. Oh, they definitely make it much easier to do your quilting. And again, you can stop and adjust just as you need to. It really makes it very fun. They have the same non-slip foot pedal pad material that the foot pedal is made out of. It's that same rubbery grip on your fabric, so it really helps to move your fabric. So, as usual, I could go on and talk forever, But there, my beautiful results. And again, you just play and have fun and experiment. You have to experiment. But then even there, ooh, on the backside, ooh, not bad. Now, to make free motion quilting even better, though, and to make your results look even better on the backside, we have a low tension blue dot bobbin holder, and that's what I would recommend actually getting for your machine as well. It's an optional accessory, but it has less tension in the bobbin holder, so then your needle thread is not pulling down as much, and you don't have to worry about adjusting your tensions. You just drop in that low tension blue dot bobbin holder and away you go. It really works wonderful. Also for free motion quilting, I like to switch the needle out to a purple tip, Janome purple tip needle that has that flared head, so then the fibers of the fabric separate, and then your needle thread and your bobbin thread intersect a little better. So your stitching turns out very beautifully, just with a couple of, again, little adjustments, switching out your needle and the blue dot bobbin holder, and boom, away you go. It's so easy to do. So I will wave at everyone and turn around. There we go, and say, so that is your fabulous Janome 3160 QOV-C, and you'll definitely be seeing it at Quilt Canada in Vancouver, June 16th to the 18th. So we hope to see you there. Janome, of course, will be front and center. So definitely stop by and say hi. All of the educators will be there, and then you'll definitely see some fabulous machines and arrow cabinets and arrow furniture, lots of wonderful goodies, definitely lots of red. So I will hope to see you all, and then I will see you all next week for another, it'll be Ask Janome HQ, so please share your questions and comments on our Janome HQ social media, Janome Canada social media, and I may even read them out on air. So thank you so much, everyone, for your support, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.